Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to this broadcast. This is NiKole, and I'm so glad to have you guys here today. Today, we are going to be taking a look at the Black Business Olympics and my speech that I had there. I did an introduction to the Metaverse on the Black Business Olympics on May 21st, 2022, on day 6 of the Black Business Olympics with the Black Business Expo. I was delighted to have been able to be a part of that, and I'm happy to be able to bring that to you today. So thank you, regardless of where you're listening from, whether you're watching this on YouTube or if you are listening to this and on the podcast, the MetaMind Shift podcast. I want to thank you for your time and thank you for caring enough to tap in. We're going to go ahead and get started, so let's do that. All right, now I'm not going to pay too much of our intro today because we have some intros from the Black Business Olympics that I want you guys to actually check out. So this was actually a broadcast performance, so I am going to go ahead and show my screen so you guys can see the excellent work that goes on there at the Black Business Olympics. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So from here on out, you'll be watching that video. This is NiKole, and my voice is resting.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am Black Business. I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am Black Business. I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Grant McGaw, your anchor for this afternoon. And we got a special treat. Our next speaker, Miss NiKole Maxwell, aka Technikole. I can't wait to hear what she's got to say. This is going to be very, very good. She is a seasoned implementation consultant, avid gamer, a sci-fi geek, and a techie, realizing the synergy of everything she loves in the Metaverse. NiKole is the founder and chief Metaverse officer for Black Multiverse Enterprises, or BME, and Technikole Consulting, where she is continuously creating space, helping people and small businesses find their way to the decentralized metaverse, where she stresses the importance of self-sovereignty. She founded Blackverse in 2021 as an organization dedicated to the education, training, and advancement of Black people throughout the decentralized metaverse and multiverse. Her next initiative is the Black Blockchain Alliance, a network waving a flag and eliminating excuses for the lack of diversity and representation in Web3. Let us welcome Ms. NiKole.
Hey, hi. Can you hear me okay?
So glad to see you. You look fabulous. We cannot wait. After that intro, I mean, I mean, you just teed us up for a very interesting conversation. So with that said, genius is common, and I will see you on the other side.
All right. Well, thank you so much. That intro was amazing. This whole experience is amazing, and I am grateful and thankful and happy to be a part of it. I am NiKole Maxwell, and I am usually in the Metaverse or talking about the Metaverse. What is the Metaverse? And what does the Metaverse mean for your business? That is what we're going to be talking about today. Some of you may be familiar with the term Metaverse. Some of you may not know at all what the Metaverse is. And really, none of us do. The metaverse is a concept that is coming into fruition. We're building it right now. It's in its foundational stages. And so what that means for us as a people is that we have an opportunity. We have a moment right now that is very similar to the dot-com era. It's very similar to the gold rush. Right now, we are in a time and a place where innovation is swirling all around us. And we are in the space right now. You're hearing my voice. You're learning about the metaverse and the blockchain and Web3. And you're hearing all of these different terms and terminologies out here. And it is time. It is time for us to reclaim some excellence and put that back into our communities. So what is the metaverse? Man, I'm excited. I'm always excited to talk to you about the metaverse. So the metaverse is the culmination of gaming and innovation and art and people. And it brings all of those things in together for an experience. And so when I talk about the metaverse, it is the combination of the blockchain. It is the combination of the blockchain with Web3, and it is put together to create a space called the Decentralized Metaverse. Now that word decentralized, it means something. It means that we are in a space where we are in charge. And if you think about that for a minute, for us as a people, for us to be in charge of ourselves, for us to be in control, it means something. Decentralization means that we are removing the corporate entity and we're bringing back power to the individual. And so all of those things are terms that I'm going to try to break down for you today. So it all starts with the blockchain. The blockchain is technology. The blockchain is technology, and I'm going to try to keep this simple, but it is technology that enables distribution of transactions. So if you think about your checkbook is, and way back in the day when you had a checkbook, or maybe you're someone who avoids banks and so you don't have a checkbook, well, the space is for you too. There is, at the back of your checkbook, there is a ledger, and that is what is the foundation for all of your transactions. So back in the day, you used to use that checkbook to balance your checkbook. And so you would put in additions and subtractions, so your withdrawals and your deposits, and you'd add it up and hope you were right. And if you weren't, then you had some overdrafts potentially. And so that was your record. Nowadays, folks use things online, so you're using your online bank services, and that bank is sitting there holding your money for you, and you are using the ledger that is the transaction button on your online banking account. The blockchain creates another type of ledger, and so that ledger captures transactions. And what's important about that is that these transactions are captured with the technology of the blockchain, and the blockchain enables some things for us, especially as people. And so it enables immutability, which means permanency or forever. It enables transparency, which means the ability to see things openly. There are several types of blockchains, so need to be clear about that. The one that I'm going to be referring to is a public blockchain, a public decentralized blockchain. Private blockchains are owned by someone, by a community, or by a business entity, and so they're locked behind a gate. And that gate, someone at the top owns it, right? And so it's what we call private. But when we're talking about the blockchain in reference to the metaverse and in Web3, we are talking about the decentralized blockchain. And so decentralized means that no one is owning that thing. For us as a people, ownership is a complicated topic. We, as people, used to be owned. Our ancestors were owned at some point. And so I'm telling you today that we have an opportunity to disrupt some of that, because it has followed us, even though, I'm not owned by anybody today, technically. You're not owned by anybody today, technically. we still have that history within our communities. And so it has followed us and it has been seeped into our communities. But the blockchain is a way to disrupt some of that and for us to reclaim ownership of ourselves, our identities, and our content. And even if you are one of those folks in our community that don't identify with that because you got out and you're not affected by this and you don't think that, that applies to you, okay, well, then you'll use this space to continue thriving. And you do operate in the world that we all do, which is where companies own our data. And so right now we're sitting on a platform that is capturing this conference and capturing all these engagements and all of our activities, the logins, the software, the transactions of people. So when you're coming into the platform and you type, or if you give a heart to something, all of those are interactions, and all of those interactions are captured. A couple of weeks ago, we saw Twitter. Twitter and Elon Musk decided that he was going to purchase Twitter. I'm a Twitter user, and you're probably a Twitter user. You may be, or you may use Instagram or something else that applies to all of them. But I didn't get asked if I wanted him to buy that. Nobody asked me. My content is what's out there and what is being purchased. Nobody's asking me if I wanted to allow him to buy that. No one asked me if I wanted to buy it myself. I don't have 44 billion, but nobody asked either way. And so those are examples of real life instances of things that are happening to us today where we are being owned by someone. So we're consumers of products instead of being the owner of that product. I love the Black Business Network because we're reclaiming us and putting us into a container that cannot be contained, but is showcasing Black excellence. And so that's happening right here. This is a great thing that's going on. And if you've been a part of it, then congratulations. If you weren't a part of it this year or this week or this month, then tap in because you want to get to know somebody who's a part of this so you can be up here too. Because it's important that we know that we're here. But back to the blockchain. Let me go back. So the blockchain is disrupting things. And so all of these technologies that you've been hearing about, or these fun and crazy things that are happening out here that you've been hearing about, DAOs, distributed autonomous organizations, those are organizations built using the blockchain technology. There are the cryptocurrency, which you're probably familiar with. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, lots of other coins that are out there. We call those altcoins. But those coins are alternative currency. Those coins are enabled by the blockchain. They use the blockchain's technology to actually capture those transactions. Okay. In addition to that, we also have NFTs, which have taken the whole world by storm. You probably have heard of an NFT, and if you haven't, an NFT is a non-fungible token. Usually that means that there is one, but we have gotten into very creative things now where there are 10,000 of a set, or editions of a particular piece of digital artwork or a particular token, which is it's a non-fungible token. So something that is digital and captured in a digital way, anything can become an NFT. An NFT, again, a non-fungible token, can be anything from art to a communication. It can be a song. We have artists out here who are changing things up for themselves by utilizing the power of the blockchain. We have people who are learning to do things, or they're striving to do things and be really innovative with those things that have been sitting in their head for a long time because maybe they're like me and they're a sci-fi geek, but the world wasn't ready for them. So that stuff kind of sat in your head and you didn't really have a place to put it. The blockchain is a place for you to put that. Web3 is a place for you to put that. And so all of these things are being enabled by NFTs. You have poets who are able to create a poem and put it onto the blockchain. And that does a few things because the blockchain has a few properties. So I told you already, it's immutable. I told you already that it's decentralized. It's a decentralized ledger, so it's storing that transaction forever, okay? So what I haven't told you yet is kind of all about the ownership piece of the blockchain. And so when you have something forever and you're able to define that you were the creator of that thing forever, that's powerful, man. That is very, very powerful. And you're able to do things and able to share those things with the world. And they'll know forever that you were the one that created it. NFTs are changing up the game for a lot of things. So they're changing up royalties, the way that royalties work, and license distribution. That's putting it into the power of the creator. So earlier I talked to you and I said, you know, I'm a consumer out on Twitter. I consume the information out on Twitter, and I create information out on Twitter as well, but I don't own it. In this space, in the blockchain, in Web3, and in the decentralized metaverse, I will be the owner of my space. Now, there's no one that owns the decentralized metaverse, so I'll get to that in a minute. But it is important that we know the power of ownership and the power of owning these things. All of us, at some point or another, have lost something. In 2020, man, our communities were hit the hardest. We lost a lot. We lost people. We are now moving into a phase where people are losing property and they're out on the streets. People are suffering. And so in all of that suffering has come and spurred along this need for innovation and drive. We are seeing the Great Resignation happening. People are sick of working for the man, or they're sick of working where they work at, and they want change. And so they're disrupting some things. And so that disruption is leading to innovation. And man, when I tell you, we are in a time right now that is like none other. People are coming together and collaborating. They are creating projects together, and those projects and those initiatives are being delivered as NFTs. You're seeing communities create NFTs to show their membership. You're seeing NFTs being used as something called proof of attendance. So think about the ticketing system. So you used to go to a concert, let's say that you went to a New Edition concert, or whatever your favorite band or artist was, you went to their concert and you got a ticket stub for going there. Sometimes you might also have a t-shirt, maybe even a hat, but that had that artist's name on it, and you rocked it everywhere. Or maybe you framed it and put it up in your house on a mantle or somewhere. But somewhere where you could see it, and it was important to you that you captured that moment. NFTs are a way to do that. We have a brother who developed a system called Proof of Experience Token. And so that is a form of an NFT that actually is, it captures that event for you. So let's say that I went to the Black Business Network today. I could create an event token or an NFT of this event that I have. And then, you know, if I wanted to, I could sell it to others and allow them to claim a piece of that as well. I did this myself not too long ago. At the beginning of April, I was able to speak on behalf of my community and with other leaders in the Black community in this space. And we had the Black and Latino crypto rally. And that was a experience held here in DC. Myself, along with several other leaders. There was Naja Roberts, there was Cleve Mesidor, Yinka Odenorin, and Fred Brandon, amongst many, many others. Corey Clay. We were all coming together to speak about our communities, because it matters that we have self-sovereignty. And self-sovereignty is that ability for us to transact on our own. It is that ability for us to remove government's hands from saying, this is what you can do and this is what you cannot do in this space. Government can govern, but managing on a day-to-day is micromanagement, and that is a little bit different. And so we're asking for the ability to continue to be self-sovereign, because if you know anything about cryptocurrency, that is the one thing you gain, is the ability to be self-sovereign, because it disrupts the banking system. It disrupts their ability to handcuff and detain people for coming to the bank to ask for their own money to get out. It disrupts the ability for banks to be able to charge these high interest rates for different types of people. If you have ever refinanced your home, that's an example of that. It is definitely, we have definitely as a people gone through enough systemic issues that our communities have been hit, and they've been hit hard. And now is the time for us as a people to be able to put all that together and thrive on the blockchain. So when we're talking about the blockchain, you have the ability to be transparent. That means everybody knows what's going on. There's no question about it. We know it's here, it's open. You can go out and view anybody's wallet or anyone's transactions. We have immutability, and that is immutable ownership. That ownership is what defines your transactions on the blockchain. I can't say property, I want to say property, but it's not your property, it's your digital assets on the blockchain. It is distributed, meaning that there is not a single server that someone can go in and manipulate, because right now in the traditional space or the centralized space, that actually can happen. So I am the former director of professional services for a small software company. And in that capacity, I've seen, I've created databases and been able to go in and alter data when it wasn't quite what we wanted it to show or what it wasn't supposed to be. And depending on how that database was set up, that audit trail may or may not show that change. Well, that's not the blockchain. On the blockchain, you can create and you can burn. So you can burn an item off of the blockchain, but that creation transaction will still show. You do not have what we call CRUD in the traditional space, which is the ability to create, read, update, and delete. You don't have that. So you just have the ability to create and then burn. You can change if you're using, the correct protocol. And if, your smart contract has enabled that. That's something else that is on the blockchain. That is something else that NFTs are making use of, which is smart contracts. Smart contracts are similar to contracts, but for that digital asset, that is the thing that sits underneath it that says what you want as the creator to have happen with this specific NFT. So if you have a membership program, that NFT may unlock some channels on a Discord server, or it can unlock a section of a website if that website is Web3 enabled. It allows access. So if you have this particular set of NFTs in your wallet, then you may be able to enter a special VIP area of a concert, or you can receive a special airdrop, what we call an airdrop, or an update into your wallet that gives you something special. NFTs are changing the game for literally everything. So there is something out there for everyone, no matter what your business is. There really is. The only thing I haven't been able to find just yet is the garbage man. There's not a good NFT that I can come up with that besides the obvious of kind of making NFTs out of some photographs. But you can do that too. NFTs can be anything. They're digital, but they're not just digital now. We've gone past that. Now we have something called phygital. where there is a phygital item, and that item is phygital, meaning it is physical and digital. And so inside of the digital item, you might have something that gives you a form to fill out, or a secret phrase that allows something from the physical world to be delivered to you, like a t-shirt, or like an instance of a game coming out. You can get special access to that thing. So that's a digital. NFTs are changing everything, but they're not just about art. And so that's what I want to be really, really clear about. It's not just about art. There's also something called a virtual real estate. There's domains, and I already talked about DAOs, and there's also crypto. So crypto is what is disrupting the banking system. Domains are a way for us to get somewhere. So currently we park our businesses onto a great domain name. So right now my business is parked at technikole.com. You can also find me at metamindshift.com. Those are places that you can go to in the traditional space, so there's nothing new about that. But it's important to know that that was a boom that happened, and it changed everything in the web, right? So we were able to buy these domain names, and these domain names now capture our businesses and our storefronts, and you can now go to twitter.com and you can tweet out on Twitter, so there's a place for applications as well. All of those things went into domains, right? So they started off with a domain, or someone acquired a good domain to be able to transact and to be able to have people reach them directly. In the Web3 space, and I'm going to start calling it that now, and I'll get to the definition in just a second. But in the Web3 space, domains are the same, right? You're giving a space a name. Now that can be a name for your project. You can name yourself. So there's a craze that's going on right now where you buy an Ethereum name service domain, and it ends in .eth instead of .com. So instead of it being technikole.com, my ETH address is technikole.eth. And so that is how you would reach me. In this space, we all have wallets. So onboarding in this space is all about understanding how to use a wallet, and that's where it starts. It's just that easy. You can reach out to somebody who is in this space right now that can give you access and show you how to set up your wallet. But there's some important things about that I must say, because I said that. So if you are getting a wallet set up, if you are working with somebody to help you set up your wallet, then you should never, ever, never, never, ever, never, never give out your seed phrase. Your seed phrase or secret recovery phrase, your passcode, PIN phrase, password, or PIN number, depending on what wallet you are using. You will get one of those. And never, ever, never, never, ever give that to anybody, ever, because it's that important. All of those evers, it is that important. Because once you lose that, you never get it back. And if you have, let's say, $1 million in your cryptocurrency, in whatever flavor of cryptocurrency you have, let's say that you have acquired 1 million of that currency, and you lose your seed phrase, it is locked onto the blockchain forever. You will not get that back. Okay? And so I say forever because right now we don't have technology to unlock that. That's not to say that in the future that won't happen, but why would you do that? So don't ever give away your secret recovery phrase. So all of those things are ways that people are doing things right now to get active in this space called Web3. And Web3 is really the next iteration of the internet. And so Web3 is the internet that you're going to be able to get up and walk around inside of, okay? So Web3 is important because of decentralization. It takes away the power from those major companies and puts it back into your hands as the individual. I said that earlier. But we're supposed to be talking about the metaverse. So now we're going to move into the metaverse. I just wanted to kind of lay down a foundation for what these different technologies are that people are talking about. When it comes to the metaverse, man, there's two different ones out there. There's two different forms of metaverses that are being talked about and discussed. For a very long time, I felt like myself and a few others were the only ones talking about the metaverse. And then all of a sudden in October, Mark Zuckerberg threw down his version of the metaverse to the whole world, and people ate it up. And now there is this frenzy going on everywhere. The metaverse, everything's the metaverse. Somebody told me one time that you're standing in your kitchen and your kitchen's digital, so that's the metaverse. No, it's not. So the metaverse is a place where you will experience. The experience matters. And so you're going to experience things in a way that is different. So it is either going to be in virtual reality. So you may have a virtual headset. I don't have my headset next to me, but I do have one. You're either going to have a VR headset. So VR stands for virtual reality. Or you're going to be in an augmented reality. You can be in an augmented reality right now on your phone. So if you have your phone, search for AR. If you have a Samsung Android, you'll be able to search for AR, and it should come up with AR Zone, and you can go in there and create yourself a little character and plop it down in your living room and take a picture. So that is AR. There are various forms of AR, but that's very simple. It's something you can touch right now. I'm sure Apple has their own version of that as well, but I'm an Android girl. So the way that you're going to access is going to be different. You may even have the combination of both of those things. So you may have on a headset, or you may have on, goggles, or, in the future, my hope is that we don't have browsers anymore, that we are going to be looking at our watches and a screen is going to pop up in front of us, and we're going to be able to say, hey, Rufus, I want you to schedule an appointment for me with the Black Business Network at 1 o'clock because I have a presentation, and it will do that. And I can just speak those things into air. And so as I said that, my Google Hub actually responded. So if that's what you're hearing, that's what's happening. So I want that to be able to happen in the future. And I think that, so I know that in the future we are going to have VR experiences, we are going to have AR experiences, and then we're going to have the mesh of them both. So there actually is a technology called mesh. I usually leave that out, but since I said it, I'm going to go ahead and say it this time too. You're going to have these types of experiences, but they're pulling things together. It's an experience. The metaverse is interactive. Right now, we have all these things that are saying they're metaverses, and they're falling short right now. Right now, you have beautiful virtual art galleries, and those places are able to put up pictures onto these little pre-created frames, and so we're enjoying that. You may be able to even go into an art gallery with your friend, or meet some unknown people into a virtual space, or you can even have a party or a concert right now, but they're still falling short of the full vision. There's a movie out there called Ready Player One that gets it, right? If you've never seen that and you want to know what the metaverse is, watch it. It's a great way to learn. If you're a gamer and you've ever been involved in MMORPGs, you got it, because that's where I got it from. You know what it's like to enjoy a space where you are represented by your avatar. You may go to work, and there are games that do that. You're able to go to work and actually craft right now in these games. It'll be no different for the metaverse. In the metaverse, you're going to go to work and have a meeting with your teammates in either Microsoft Teams or whatever flavor of virtual networking space you want to. I wrote an article last week that talked about how in the future I expect to be able to schedule a meeting on Mars or on, the rings of Pluto, and have an introductory session to the metaverse with someone, or talk about, an introduction to the blockchain with someone, but do it on Pluto. I'm all about being different in the metaverse. Folks usually take these metaverse experiences and they can work with a 3D graphic designer, and that designer might recreate their home, and you're fine with that. And if that's you, then that's fine. You can get up and walk around inside your home as an avatar. But that is recreating the world that we already have. I think that that's a miss, because we already have this world. This world is okay. We can walk around inside the real world. If you want to recreate Paris and go there virtually, you can do that. I actually do have a home built by an artist named Artsy, and I sit inside of that home in a space called Alt Space. That's the platform. And my home is in Paris. And so I can look outside the window and actually see the Eiffel Tower. And so that allows me to do something that I can't actually do right now. So I can't actually go to the Eiffel Tower because, it costs money. I have to get, certain things in order, and would have to get that passport, and do all that kind of stuff. Whereas if I wanted to go to this virtual space, all I have to do is jump into my headset and log into the platform. The metaverse is coming. And so in the metaverse, and the difference between what we have now and the metaverse would be that in the metaverse, I should be able to speak that into existence. Take me to Paris. And my surroundings should change. Or I can put on my headset and jump into that same space. What is important for us as a people to know, and I started this talking about decentralization, is that the decentralized metaverse offers the same exact experiences. Those experiences are great. They are grandiose, depending on whatever you want. I like to get outside of the regular four walls that I see and build great things. Like, I want to be in outer space. I want to have an office that looks out over the galaxy instead of out over where the conservatory where I view now. I don't want to see this golf course. I want to see Neptune and Pluto. So I put those into my frame of view in the metaverse of choice. Those are things that you'll be able to do if you want to. You'll also still be able to go to concerts. You'll still be able to, maybe meet up with your parents or your friends or your family in a certain place where you guys all like to go. You'll be able to play and climb and do all these other things that you can do right now. None of that is new. You can do all this right now. The difference is the decentralized metaverse is the place where you own that experience. You invite and allow others to come view it. You own those NFTs that went into creating it. If you're thinking about gaming, you own all of that inventory that you would have had over time. You own it all. It all comes to you. You are the owner of that. You do not own the metaverse, but you own your pieces of it. If you're a creator, you put out things and tell people how they can experience those things. The main thing that is important for us to know as a people is that data is what we are giving up when we are on these platforms every single time. And so right now I am giving up data in both my voice, my presence, and my time. When I am in the virtual space, when I'm in my VR headset, that's not different. But the difference is that in the decentralized metaverse, I will be able to own that. I will own my data. I will be able to say who has access to it. Right now, I'm doing all these things and a certain company is getting paid for those things. I'm not going to say that company's name because we're sitting on their platform right now. But they are getting paid for my contribution to this world. And I'm receiving none of it. All I'm receiving in turn is a platform. And then arguably in other platforms, you pay for that access too. And then when you think about that, and you think about, kind of the transaction, the $44 billion that was offered to buy Twitter. I didn't get a dime of that. I'm not going to get a dime. If that transaction goes through, I get nothing. And so me, myself, and my sovereignty over here, I just can't deal with that anymore. I'm tired of it. I contribute to this world, and I should be recouping the benefits from that contribution. So in the future that I see for us as a people, we own our virtual real estate, we own our virtual businesses, we own our NFTs, we have our DAOs established for us, those decentralized autonomous organizations or flat hierarchy organizations that don't have a kind of a C-level or person up top. We own our cryptocurrency, and we use that to transact NFTs or whatever other thing we're going to come up with here in the next few years. And we are self-sovereign, meaning that when we go into these spaces, we are in charge of our data. So I might log in with my wallet instead of my email address. I log in with my wallet address. That wallet address pops up and says, hey, you are on the Black Business Network Metaverse. Would you like to allow data collection? And I can say no and still have access. Or at the end of the quarter, I can go out and hire a data analyst. And that personal data analyst and I sit down, and they provide me with recommendations based on my data and my usage that will get me the biggest bang for my buck and are in line with my morals and my personal levels of decentralization. So they will make recommendations, and then I will tell them either yes or no, and then I will begin recouping the rewards for those kinds of activities. So anytime that I'm logging into a website, then I start becoming the owner of that data, and I get paid for that data in turn. But the metaverse isn't all about, kind of the serious stuff, right? Like, we're gonna have fun in the metaverse. The metaverse is a place where your imagination can run wild. And so you are going to have these experiences that lift you out and off of this earth. You're going to have people with very, very creative imaginations creating spaces that you could have only dreamed of. And they dreamed of them and then went and created them. And so you'll be able to experience those things, sometimes by invitation, other times it'll be publicly available to all. The metaverse is not owned by anybody, and that is good. And I wanted to just let you guys know that there is a space and a place for everyone in the decentralized metaverse. And this is NiKole, and my voice is resting. You can reach me at metamindshift.com if you want to talk more about the metaverse and what it has in store for us as a Black people. Thank you.
My goodness, NiKole, you did a fantastic job. You framed in 40 minutes or less what is probably taking people 4 years to even think about digesting. And I truly understand that you know this a particular platform inside and out. I love how you frame the conversation around ownership, and that we've got to rethink how individually we're interacting, and our data is valuable. Data is the new oil. It is the new money. That's what's fueling the economy. And why not? You definitely should get some type of form of conversation, which you will now with your NFT, with your smart contracts. You're collecting your own data, but you're going to have to, I would encourage our audience to become more technically savvy, understand what it is that we're talking about. Just like you need to understand your finances, understanding your education, you need to understand this technology because it definitely will benefit you. So thank you very much, NiKole, and we will see you on the other side.
Thank you.
So the Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college, or K through 12 entrepreneurs. This expo is a fundraiser for students. You may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship, or use the Cash App that's on the screen below, which is $BBX USA. So our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000 to 10 students. Students can register online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts. So we want to remind you to donate to the scholarship fund. We want to thank our Black Business Expo USA sponsors for May 2022. Suede Soul, Sharon Campbell Solution Group, Carolina, Virginia Minority Supplier Development Council, Creator 4 Studios, Work the Thing Supplements, Lotus Rocher Ignites, iBusiness Group Network, Stocks vs. Sneakers, BH Associates, Lee Entertainment, Artistic App Design, Stocks vs. Sneakers, 259 Mobile Media, Margie McLean Foundation, Live Shackle Free, Uniquely Different Enterprises, Genius is Common, Black Business Expo USA, Genius is Common, and I will see you on the other side.
I'm Jaha, Chief of Talkoa of Texas, artist and entrepreneur.
Yeah. So thank you guys for tapping in. This has been a Technikole Consulting production with NiKole Maxwell. I appreciate all of you guys for being here. Thanks for listening in to today's broadcast, which was brought to you by the Black Business Network, the Black Business Expo, and was hosted on the Black Business Olympics in May of 2022. So thank you guys for tapping in. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you have a better understanding of what the metaverse is and what it can be. And if you have questions about that, you can tap into me at metamindshift.com and just click schedule. Or you can go directly to my website at Technikole, that's TECHNIKOLE.com, and click schedule in the upper right hand corner. This is NiKole, and my voice is resting. You guys have a great night. Wait, hold up. Don't leave yet until you hit that like and subscribe. Please go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel so we can build it up. And then look for some really great things coming from me, including our podcast and our television show on the Black Business Network with Black Business Expo. I am extremely excited about all of these opportunities that are coming my way, not for me, but so that we can help to elevate, escalate, and present Black businesses in the metaverse. So this is NiKole, and my voice is resting. Thank you guys, and have a great night.